In the last part, we saw Chu Xiao and her party's journey was delayed and headed towards the outskirts of the city. Luckily, they had prepared themselves for the long journey ahead. Their rations and tents were sufficient to tide them over. Now, Xiao Jie would be leading his troops personally to fight the war to protect his country. His army consisted of the Central Army, the Southwestern Army, and local provincial troops. After gathering them in one place, he headed swiftly towards Hansui. A big battle loomed on the horizon. On the 9th day of the 8th month, the king of Lu stood atop Zhaoyang platform and paid his respects to the ancestors. Thereafter, he led his troops and 150,000 other troops from the Meixiang army across the river, leaving 1,500 troops from the Meixiang army and Shu Shu behind to guard Hansui. Xiao Jie's army stayed in their own camp, not daring to fight head-on. For 5 days, only small skirmishes broke out, resembling more like a minor riot compared to a battle of armies. In that instant, Xiao Jie became a laughingstock in Liang. The Liang emperor was scared of the king of Lu, as he did not dare to fight head-on. This news became known to the whole world, as everyone thought that Xiao Jie was about to lose his empire. Chu Xiao instructed Mei Xiang to pack up and enter Tanjing. Mei Xiang was perplexed as she questioned her motives. Chu Xiao looked at Shu Shu's camp towards the east, her sight suddenly becoming a little blurry as she thought of the massacre that had descended upon the Shu Shu's army the other night. She remembered the non-stop cries of agony vividly. This war is about to end. On the 7th day of the 8th month, the Liang army brushed off all their cowardice, finally engaging in combat with the Lu King's army at Huilin Plains. The battle lasted 1 day and 1 night, with both parties showing no intentions to compromise. Both parties knew that this was a battle for supremacy over the empire. A bright future awaited the winner. As for the loser, his entire family would be exterminated. As the battle entered its critical moment, General Shu Shu suddenly appeared on the battlefield. The army of the Lu King cheered as they savored the taste of victory. However, before their celebration had ended, General Shu Shu turned on the Lu King's army, carrying out a sneak attack from the back. On the 20th day of 8th month, the Lu King's army was defeated. Over 40,000 of his troops died, while the survivors surrendered. Under the escort of 2,000 elite troops, the king of Lu escaped to Hansui, only to find that the 50,000 troops he had left behind had already been killed. In addition, there was no longer any water route out of Hansui. Driven to desperation, he committed suicide by the bank of Hansui River. With this, the king of Jinghen, who had ascended the throne for a mere 11 days, disappeared from the political scene of Liang. His disappearance was sudden, as if he had never appeared before.
Like a bird on a tree.
On the 21st day of the 8th month, the royal army tracked down the remains of Lu King's family, wiping out more than 300 families in the southwest. The women were captured as prostitutes, while the men were executed. In one night, the entirety of his family along the southwest was uprooted. The region became desolated, no man's land. On the 27th day of the 8th month, the Liang Emperor returned to court victorious. He allowed General Shu Shu, who had accumulated major credit in neutralizing the rebellion, to continue leading the efforts to weed out any more rebels that remained. The bloodshed continued to spread across land of Liang outwards from Meishang.
Take a step back to see the truth around you.
On the 4th day of 9th month, the Liang Emperor declared that half of the assets seized from the southwest was to be donated equally to the various provinces and countries that had suffered from the war. In addition, he lowered taxes on the southwest for 5 years for them to rebuild after the war. At that moment, Xiao Zhe's reputation soared to even greater heights. The people who had lost their homes and families thanked him for his grace in giving them a lifeline. On the 9th day of the 9th month, Chu Xiao and her party took a boat across Hanshui towards Tanjin. A state of normalcy had been restored in Liang. The skies were still blue, the winds were still mesmerizing. The only thing that differed was that the deceased warriors could never be brought back to life again.
It's clear to see from up here.
Thank you so much for watching. Stay with me, subscribe to the channel and like the video. Don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified of the next part of the story. Please inspire me to continue the story. Thank you.